Good day, all of you, the viewers of Poland Daily Culture. My name is Maria Kądzielska, and despite of all the horrifying situations which we are facing right now, and just very close to us in Ukraine, in Kiev, we would like to take you for a journey to a different place in the world, and this is Indochina. With us is Grzegorz Kapla, author. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for the invitation.
Grzegorz, you, in the previous episode, you told us a lot of stories about what the world there really looks like. And now let's talk about this tourism in this part of the world, so in Indochina. And this is, of course, in Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and Thailand. And we have this popular experience for tourists that's riding on elephants. And it's criticized by many because elephants need to be specially trained for this, that they can be ridden. But how it really looks like, what's the truth under the surface?
So I tried to make photographs of elephants, and in Chiang Mai is the easiest part. So you're going to elephant sanctuary, and you've got what you want. So if you would like to swim with elephant in the river, you can feed them, you can take the elephant back ride, or you can take the ecological tour to the jungle, walking with the wild elephant, which is so expensive. But when you're going there by a truck, and you've got all the tourists on the back of the truck, but there is a place close to the driver. So I'm choosing the driver cabin place because I would like to talk to him. And he told me that all this sanctuary, it's like a national park, belongs to one owner. And when the owner found that people going ecological and they don't want to ride on the elephants, they start to train them to walk with people to the forest. It's the same kind of training because wild
it's still
elephant.
Fake.
Yeah.
So wild elephant wouldn't really walk with you in the forest.
Because it have to be trained to
not to hit you.
To facing human, and it's a great animal, and it have to be trained. And the training
it's still brutal training.
Yeah, it have to be. I was trying to swim in the river with the small baby elephant. And they told me it's impossible. It's have to be trained first because when he put the leg on you, it's so heavy.
You'll just die.
You will die. So they training the baby elephants since the first day of their life because it's have to find that people are not danger to them, that feeding them, but they have to know how to be with other living creatures, and they are not wild animals anymore.
So they are kind of, I would say, they're becoming home animals in a way.
Yeah, but
is it so? The question is, what's better? Is it better to ride on them? Is it better to at all be part of this?
If you would like them to be living creatures, you're supporting people who are working with them. If we stop riding on the elephants will die and there will be no more of them because every living elephant, they have to work because to feed the elephant needs a lot of money, so it's cost a lot. So if we're not using them, they will simply die and we can buy a elephant skin wallet or something like that.
So basically, right now it's farms of elephants.
Yeah.
And they are not.
It's not
anymore
now.
in
it's
the.
Like 1,000 years or more. It's the tradition. It's like the horses which are going to Morskie Oko from Łysa-Polana. So we're thinking that it's hurting animals, but they are not wild horses from the steppes of Kazakhstan. It's just the working horses. If there's no work for them, there will be no more of the horses in Bukovina.
But on the other hand, I would say that horses who are going to Morskie Oko, at least they could put 6 of them instead of 4, so make this work a little bit easier.
And they have I'm
And
not,
they're changing it.
I know few guys because I'm going to the Tatra Mountains often, and I know those guys who are working with horses. And before the new rules, it was like every horse went to Morskie Oko once daily. So he was still training and working. Now he had 1 day of working, and they have to stay at home to rest. And it's not good for the player if you're resting too much. They have to train. So they are not happy now. They were happier when they were walking to Morskie Oko day by day, being with other horses on the fresher mountain view. Now they have to spend a night
But
and
day
and
on a
night.
field for a horse with other horses, it's not an unhappy day. I mean, I'm a horse rider for a lot of years, and when a horse spends on a field, it becomes the question is like, are they stay in the stable, or are they in the field? If they're put in the stable standing, that's unhealthy. If they're put on the field and they can enjoy a free day with other horses
like
on the
20
field.
years ago, every horse was with other horses on the Wysoka Polana. And now you need to get like 8 of them, and they working day after day. One day working, 2 day resting. So they were happy before, I think.
Okay, so but
The
just
last
summary,
300
the fact
working
is
horses
that
in Poland.
the summary is that animals in such kind of places, they kind of have to work, and the elephants have to work to be there.
Yeah.
So to be exist
When I was in
those farms.
Angkor Wat, it was the last working days of the Angkor Wat elephants. It was like 17 of them. Next day, the newspapers wrote the titles that Angkor elephants go wild, and they put them to the national park in the mountains. And people discovered that they cannot feed themselves, and they need to be feeding by people working with them deep in the forest, because they don't know how to operate in the jungle, simply.
Because they were all brought to life.
All their life was in the stable.
So that's the other surface of the world. When we're looking at the tourism, sometimes it's so easy and we think it's black and white, but as Grzegorz just made us realize, it's never black and white. There's a lot of different situations, and such the situation of elephant there in Indochina. Think about it, and of course we strongly recommend you to read the book Mekong, Just Before the End of the World of Grzegorz Kapla, and thank you very much for watching Poland Daily Culture.